stuff.
I'm not responding to you.
I appreciate that. I feel that we've conferred now, and I am able to go to the judge on this.
I doubt we conferred on that.
I think we've got witnesses.
Anyone else? Okay.
I was in an Uber and I got out of the car and I reached back in to get my bag and the driver took off and ran over my foot.
Stop.
Yep. So I no broken bones, but probably some nerve damage. Sorry.
You?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Where?
My left foot, my driver.
Oh, I didn't see.
Yeah. It's always something.
I'm sorry about that. That's...
Yeah, it could be worse. So I'm not complaining, but I definitely have to pursue it.
That's great.
Oh, all right. I was just going to move for dismissal. Hi, how you doing?
Hi,
We've been in for a while.
Oh, have you now?
Yep.
All right. It takes a while to write motions. Okay, everybody ready?
Yes.
All right.
We're going on the record.
I'm not ready.
We're going on the record. The time is 12:15. Today's date is January 5th, 2024. This is media unit number 1 of the video recorded deposition of Aisha Carr. This is taken in the matter of Teresa Froylan versus Milwaukee Public Schools. This case is filed in the state of Wisconsin, Department of Workforce Development, Equal Rights Division. Case number CR 2022013522, EEOC case number 26G202200932. Our deposition is being held at Cross Law Firm located at 845 North 11th Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My name is Mike DeGell and I am the videographer for today's deposition. At this time I will ask the counsel to state their name, appearance, affiliation for the record, and then the court reporter will swear in the witness.
This is Ben Hitchcock Cross of Cross Law Firm appearing for and with the complainant, Teresa Froylan.
Chris Reardon and Von Briesen Roper on behalf of the respondent as well as Aisha Carr. And before we get started, I'm going to put some objections on the record. One, I object to this deposition being videotaped, as I believe the videographer is not authorized by the state to perform videotape depositions. In addition, the notice of deposition does not state that this is for a video deposition, so I object to the videotape deposition of Ms. Carr. In addition, the court has already indicated that individuals who are not parties should not be present for the deposition, so Mr. DeGuy, I don't believe should be here, and if Ms. Keither shows up, I don't believe she should be here too, because I believe it violates the judge's order.
Okay. I've got some things I'd like to get on the record too. Are you done?
Sure.
Okay, great. So, this gentleman, Mr. Reardon, received notices of deposition for this deponent and the one held previously today that did indicate video deposition. It was the testimony of the previous witness that Mr. Reardon did not discuss a setting up of a date with her. I specifically, back in March, sent to Mr. Reardon a notice of deposition for videotape on Ms. Herndon, asking Mr. Reardon to provide me with dates. He made several representations to me about how he had not gotten any dates back from the witnesses, including Ms. Herndon, and Ms. Herndon then testified earlier today under oath that Mr. Reardon did not ask her for any such dates. So that is extremely troubling to me, and I do want to notice that we had to re-notice all of these people here because Mr. Reardon just disregarded our previous notices and refused to produce the witnesses at that time.
I object to the representations that Attorney Cross has made. I don't believe they're true and correct. And secondly, the notice of deposition we do have for Ms. Carr as well as Ms. Herndon indicates that the depositions are pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 80405, which is not the videotape deposition statute. So he is incorrect. And again, I object to the representations Attorney Hitchcock Cross made because I don't believe they are correct.
Okay. Are you ready, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Can you just swear her in?
Yes, please.
Okay. Ma'am, will you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you say and spell your name, please?
Aisha, A-I-S-H-A, Carr, C-A-R-R.
How would you like me to address you?
Aisha.
Aisha, thank you. Okay. You're not related to Kevin Carr in any way?
I get asked that all the time. I'm not sure.
Okay, fair enough. You can count me on that. That list of curious people. Okay, so you are a school board director, is that fair?
Yes.
When did you become a school board director?
April 4th, 2021.
Okay,
I believe it was April 4th.
I appreciate that. And do you know Marva Herndon?
Yes.
Who is she?
She is currently the board's president and a representative in District 1.
I understand. And what representative, are you a representative of district?
I am representing District 4.
Okay.
And the elected official for District 4.
I understand. Now, do you know Teresa Fowler?
Yes.
Okay.
I know. Yes, yes.
Okay, and do you believe she works for Milwaukee Public Schools?
Yes.
Okay, and how did you obtain that knowledge?
We've been in communication in the past. I've seen her at events, and she frequently attends school board meetings.
And you've known her to attend school board meetings, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and previous to the last 3 months, have you known her to attend school board meetings?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And while she was at those school board meetings, did you know who she was?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever had any conversations with Marva Herndon regarding Teresa Fowler?
As a collective board, yes.
Okay.
Individually, no.
Okay. And you believe that Marva Herndon is aware of Teresa Fowler?
Yes.
Just formally question. Sorry. Take a step.
Why do you believe that?
Because we serve on the board. When we're in board meetings, we see her in the audience. She has provided numerous verbal testimonies as well as written testimonies. And just so from that alone, yes, I believe.
Okay, and when people are presenting testimony to the school board, do they identify themselves?
Yes, they have to provide their first name, last name, and spell it out.
Okay. And do you recall being present at a school board meeting with Marva Herndon while Teresa Fallen presented?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Do you know what MPSU is?
Yes.
What is MPSU?
Milwaukee Public University, Milwaukee Public School University. It is a alternative program for individuals on a pathway to earn their teaching certifications.
Do you believe that Milwaukee Public Schools University is a part of Milwaukee Public Schools?
Yes.
Okay, why do you have that belief?
One, because of the direct connection between paras and individuals going through the program, because of funding, because of staffing, and because of conversations held in and out of closed session.
Okay. Have you ever discussed Milwaukee Public Schools University with Marva Herndon at all?
As a collective board, yes.
Okay. And do you believe that Marva Herndon knows what Milwaukee Public Schools University is?
I'm going to object to the formal question. Broad and vague, also speculation. Go ahead and answer if you can.
Yes.
Okay. And why do you believe that?
Because we serve on the board together.
Okay. Have you ever discussed MPSU with Marva Herndon as a collective?
Yes.
Okay. And how about in closed session? Have you ever discussed MPSU with Marva Herndon in closed session?
Yes.
And do you know who Keith Posley is?
Yes.
Who is Keith Posley?
The superintendent of Milwaukee Public Schools.
Okay. And while you have been a Milwaukee Public School director, has Keith Posley ever gotten a raise?
Yes.
Okay. About how many times, if you recall?
I believe we went through the process twice.
Okay. Did you approve that increase at that time? Either of those times?
No.
Okay. So did you abstain or something else?
The first time I voted no. The second time I abstained.
Why did you abstain the second time?
Because there were certain parts of the discussions, the deliberation process, I guess, that I agreed with, but then there were other parts that I didn't. And so I didn't want to say no to give the impression that I was against everything, but I couldn't say yes.
I understand. Okay. Are you aware of any complaints against Keith Posley as superintendent?
Object to the formal question. It's broad and vague. Go ahead and answer if you can.
Yes.
Okay. I guess we should just go over those then. What complaints are you aware of against Keith Posley?
So object to the formal question. It's broad and vague. And I'm going to object to attorney-client privilege if, in fact, these complaints were made with a city attorney or attorney present.
Yes.
Okay. So, and I will probe that a little bit further there. You're aware of complaints made against Keith Posley, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How does your awareness about those complaints with Keith Posley, how did you get that awareness?
So as a school board director, employees in the district are also constituents of the city of Milwaukee. And so because of the structure of the MPS system, the Office of Board Governance receives complaints, anonymous and openly known complaints. In addition, media conversations with individuals in and out of the district.
Okay. Now I heard OB, Office of Board Governance.
Yes.
Okay, and normally that's referred to, that's Jackie Mann, right?
Dr. Mann, yes.
Yeah, okay. She worked hard for that, so I understand. Dr. Mann. And, but Dr. Mann's not in that position now, right?
To my knowledge, yes, she's on leave.
Do you know why she's on leave?
Object to the formal question. It's broad and vague. Also, I'm going to object to it because there's a pending motion for protective order to exclude such testimony, so I'm instructing not to answer that question.
Do you know what the answer is?
I'm instructed not to answer that question.
Okay, and for the record, I need to be clear that the witness looked at Mr. Reardon, gave facial gestures to Mr. Reardon, and then he communicated back to her.
Actually, what she did, she looked at me, and I again said, I'm instructed not to answer it because of attorney-client privilege, as well as a pending motion for protective order. So there was no inappropriate messaging that you're alluding to.
Okay. When was the first time you heard about this deposition?
Maybe a couple weeks ago. I am unsure.
Okay. How about in March of this year? Did you know that you were had been noticed in March of this year?
I do not recall when I was noticed. I knew that depositions were going out, or people had received deposition requests or notices. I do not recall the exact time.
Okay, how about in October of this year?
October sounds more realistic, so maybe a couple months.
Okay, in October, were you ever asked to give dates that you were available for deposition?
I believe the initial email asked for availability.
Okay,
Yes.
did you respond to that?
I actually don't think so.
Why not?
At that time, I reached out to the Office of Board Governance to seek direction in what to do. Because we receive a lot of things. This is my first time going through the process, and I just wanted clarity on how to move, how to respond, and whether or not I should receive my own counsel or if we would be represented. And so it was questions, I guess, in-house or internally.
Okay, what did Jackie Mann tell you at that time?
That was the challenge because it was transitions. And so I really didn't receive any answers, and then I transitioned into a new role, and so I kind of stepped back, stepped away from the board space for a little bit.
What does that mean?
So as I was transitioning into my new job to wait for some clearance for the actual position, I kind of abstain or remain distant from my board elected duties to avoid the appearance of a conflict of interest until I was sure that I could proceed in that role. And so everything was shut down on my side, on the board side.
Why did the possibility of new employment for you mean that you didn't respond to the notice of deposition?
Because it was a government entity. I had started training. And while the position was accepted because I was told that I was cleared, I also needed clearance on the school board side from the city attorneys and delays. And so to avoid, again, the conflict of interest and to ensure that I wasn't merging those two worlds and creating more conflict, I stayed away from school board, the school board space. I think I may have attended one meeting, but I did not engage with email or phone call because I technically had became a government employee at that time.
What government?
City of Milwaukee.
Okay, so you're an elected representative. People elected you to do a job, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then you took another job with that employer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're both an elected official over the City of Milwaukee employees, and then you took a job with the City of Milwaukee, true?
Yes.
What position did you take?
I currently work in the Office of Community Wellness and Safety as the Community Violence Prevention Manager.
How much do you make?
85, I believe the salary is $85,000.
Okay. And who's your supervisor?
Ashanti Hamilton.
Okay. So you're no longer, let's put it like this, your current position is you're both a supervisor over employees of the City of Milwaukee, and you're also being supervised by employees of the City of Milwaukee, true?
Yes.
Okay, and does that cause a conflict for you?
So according to the final legal clearance, it does not cause a conflict. They have looked into the legality part of it, and I have been cleared for the position.
Okay. And did you tell your constituents that you weren't performing any duties for them while this issue was being cleared up?
I'm going to object to the form of the question. It's argumentative, also calls for speculation, broad and vague. Go ahead and answer if you can.
So, no, and for clarity, I did not 100% remove myself. When I received phone calls from constituents, I responded and I redirected them to the Office of Board Governance. And so I remained in contact for the most part, but I also didn't receive that many inquiries.
But this is the same Office of Board of Governance that you said that was in transition and wasn't giving you answers, right?
Yes.
Okay. And did you tell the constituents that at that time?
No, with the information that was presented to me specifically in one case, it was a matter that required contact between the school leader and an administrative leader. And so regardless of my duties as a school board director, we always have to refer them to pursue or go through the chain of command or follow the chain of command.
How do you know that?
That is what we've been instructed.
Who told you that?
So we've been encouraged by leaders in the Office of Board Governance, but we've also received communications from employees that they have been informed that that is the process, and if they don't follow that process, then there could be other actions. And so just considering the position that some employees are in, and understanding what we've been encouraged to do, I followed that.
Okay. Now, let me unpack that for a second. Board governance, who do they work for?
So technically the board governance works for, I guess, the board, but report directly or is accountable to the constituents or citizens of Milwaukee, the city of Milwaukee, according to the organizational chart.
So the citizens of the city of Milwaukee supervise the Office of Board and Governance?
So according to the organizational chart, at the very top of the chart, you have citizens of the city of Milwaukee.
Sure.
And then underneath that, you have the Office of Board Governance, you have the Office of Accountability and Efficiency, and you have the Milwaukee Board of School Directors. And then under the Milwaukee Board of School Directors directly, you have the superintendent, and from there you have the administration. And
Okay. Well, I'll keep unpacking that. Do you know who supervises the superintendent of Milwaukee Public Schools?
the school board of directors.
Okay. And do you believe, I guess I'm still not unclear, do you believe the Office of Board Governance supervises the school board or something else?
I would say more supervision from the school board, but also more of a support department, a resource for board of directors.
Okay. So if Jackie Mann tells you to do something, do you have to do it?
No.
No. In fact, you're the one who can tell Jackie Mann what to do, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you say that you've been told by the Office of Board Governance not, or say encouraged, to go through the chain of command, how does that make sense?
I would object to the forum questions. Broad debate calls for speculation.